95.9.
This is Express. My name is Antoinette, and you are listening. You're basically listening to the Express, and this is your number one business economy and development radio station. Today has actually been a really, really good time, and I did tell you we're gonna expect some really incredible guests that will be joining us later on the show today. And you're not gonna believe the people that I have here with me. I couldn't believe it when I heard they were coming, but they're actually here in the studio with me. I'm talking about Tom Henderson and Kian. They're both nomads, and they have been traveling across Africa, and they're currently in Nigeria right now. Hello, Kian. Hello, Thomas. How are you guys?
Hello.
Is it Thomas or just Tom?
Just Tom.
Just Tom, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, Kian. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you very much.
I really just want to start it off with how many countries have you been to so far?
Me?
Yeah, like both of you though, like in your travel.
Well, we've both been with this camper van 35 countries so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Nigeria.
35 countries in Africa.
Yeah, not in total.
In
so we
total.
started
Okay,
our
in
journey in
total,
Scotland,
yeah.
and we went to as many countries throughout Europe as we could, and then we got the ferry from Spain to Morocco, which is about 1 hour, and then following all the west coast, going to as many countries as we can, learning as much as we can, making friends with locals, and yeah. So Nigeria is country number 35 with the van. And it's country number 98 in total for me. So after 10 years.
Whoa! 98 countries. That's amazing.
Yeah, so I've been nomadic for 10 years now. I work as I go, and I save up to move on to the next place. And there's been no fixed home for the last 10 years. And I'm just trying to see as much of the world as I can while I'm young and have energy, and while I can, really. And the same for my girlfriend as well. We've been traveling together for 5 years now, and we met in her home country in Peru. During the pandemic, I got stuck out there when travel shut down, and she was the receptionist of the hostel I got stuck in. So
and then she traveled with you?
Yes.
Yeah,
That is
traveled together.
amazing.
Yeah.
Like, when I used to hear about Peru, I hear about it back in the day when I used to watch like dramas from Philippines, and they'd be like, oh, we're traveling to Peru for the holidays.
Yeah.
So when you said Peru, I'm like, the Philippines, Peru? Like, and then you said they're in the same area. I'm like, wow, that is amazing.
Yeah, actually, Peru is, I think, easier way to compare it is Brazil. We are just
Yeah.
next to Brazil, Latin American culture, and that's why I tell to many people who are here in Nigeria that we share a lot of things in common. My country. with
I
yours.
can actually confirm, because I do have some friends. I'm part of the BTS Army actually, so I have like a diverse fandom of friends, and they have like really good culture. And when they come out to talk about the things like their food, their dances, their songs, and I'm like, when we talk about countries that are culturally rich, these are the countries that we really look at. So it's a real pleasure to have you on the Express today.
Yeah.
Okay, so I also want to know what drew you to Nigeria. Was Nigeria like on your like list of places to go, and did you have any expectations when you came here?
Oh, definitely. I think one of my favorite things that I was expecting before I came was the sense of humor. Everyone in this country, they're a master of sarcasm and poetry, you know, and I like that a lot. In the UK, we love sarcasm as well. So
Yeah.
when you can share jokes and humor and take nothing seriously, I can get along with people like this very easily. So yeah, and we expected that before we came, and we've been, and it's definitely exceeded those expectations. We've been spending a lot of time in Freedom Park, and we've met almost everyone we meet seems to have many creative disciplines, whether it's their profession or not. Everyone in Lagos seems to be a creative, and we really like that. And
That is actually amazing. I never really looked at it from that perspective, but now that you mentioned it, a lot of people that I've met in Lagos, they're really creatives.
Yeah.
I love that so much. When you were at Freedom Park, you said you're staying at Freedom Park right now. Have you used like a tour guide to like go through the place to learn about the history of Freedom Park?
Yeah, we had a tour guide for 1 day, but then after our first day here, we just started to make friends and connections and friends of friends, and now everybody wants to show us the best side of the city.
Yeah.
So we have to remind ourselves we're new here. We feel like we're making friends too fast, you know.
No. See, that's the best thing about traveling, and that's why I'm gonna do it at some point in my life as well. I don't know if I'm gonna go the nomad route like you guys, but like the experience of just meeting people, having conversations with people, and then you have that brief moment with yourself where you're like, wow, I went to this place and I learned this and that from that person. And I love the fact that you guys are a couple and you're just going through this life together. So I want to know, how exactly did you feel, like the response that you've gotten from Nigerians so far? Do you think you can ever come back here, and like what would you expect next time?
Yeah, I think we will definitely be coming back. We'll be coming back to Lagos. We have enjoyed a lot the people, the community that we are building here, which is something that sometimes we miss because we are on the move all the time. We are constantly in different city, different towns. So community is something that personally I feel that we miss the most, and it's something that we found here in Lagos in Freedom Park. Everybody is so inspirational. Personally, as Tom mentioned, everybody's so creative in Lagos. It's like they do their job 8 to 5, and then they are artists, they sing, they dance. There's so many things that people can do here, and definitely we'll be coming back here. I think we found a new base.
Okay. I love that for you. Aside from the sarcasm, right, what is that one thing you heard about Nigeria that you feel you just realized when you got here that it's not true?
The danger, probably. I think Lagos, I come from the capital city of Peru, Lima, and also there is love and security in my city.
Yeah.
So I think that's one of the things as well that I heard about Lagos. So it's a bit insecure and all that, but I think it is like any city in the world. You know, you will find insecurity, criminals everywhere. Doesn't matter where you go. And so far, as a woman, I haven't felt unsafe at all in Lagos. I think I've been meeting the right people, probably. We've been lucky. So
I'm really happy for you though. Like I'm really, really happy for you that you've been meeting the right people, because it's very rare, even for women who live in Lagos, that the fact that you have that experience, it means the people around you, they're doing something right then.
Yeah.
I really love that. I really love that. So now let's talk about Nigerian food. What's your favorite?
Oh God, jollof rice. Yeah.
Oh my God, jollof rice is having too much PR.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, no, we've been doing a full survey of all of West Africa, trying to find the best jollof rice, and I think Lagos has got the crown so far.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not gonna argue with that. You're on something. Lagos has like the party jollof rice, to be precise. That's like the best one. The one they make for like celebrations and birthday parties and weddings and stuff. But have you tried any of the local delicacies? Have you tried amala? Have you tried maybe food from the south and stuff?
We've tried amala. I personally enjoy a lot moi moi.
Ooh.
Because in my country we have a very similar dish that is called tamal. That is the same preparation.
I know it.
Yeah,
I've seen it.
It is exactly the same. So you can imagine how happy I was when I found moi moi here in Lagos, and I was jumping, bouncing out the restaurant because it reminds me home. But I think yours is a bit better. It's a bit more spicy.
I think I remember where I've heard your country again. This animated film, Coco.
Coco.
Yes.
Yes, I think that is based in Mexico though. Yes. But I think
Oh
the
my God!
as well, yeah.
Because like the food you just mentioned, I think it was in that animation. So
Yeah.
like I just really like I'm trying to really piece it together. There is a piece of media I have watched from your country that's stuck in my head, but I can't really remember it. So are you planning on going to any other states in Nigeria aside from Lagos?
Yeah, so we were only supposed to spend a couple days in Lagos, but we keep meeting such lovely people, we can't leave. So we keep extending another day. Oh, you can't leave today. It's Friday night, you know. So we are planning to go to Abuja next. We're gonna try and see. We've seen a lot of waterfalls in that region. So
That means you're gonna go hiking.
yeah, we're probably a bit of hiking. We want to visit some waterfalls, try a lot more food, and then our next destination after that is Cameroon. And then
Should I recommend a place for you that I feel like if you go, you're not gonna want to leave because of the food?
oh God,
Oh, God.
we'll definitely get stuck there. I believe you.
Go to the south.
Yeah.
Go to my state. Go to Akwa Ibom State. Go and try afang soup. I promise you, you're gonna love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my personal recommendation.
Well, put it
So
on
you
the
can go
list.
there. I love the fact that you're going to Abuja though. They have lots of like hiking locations. So if nature hikes is like your thing,
Yeah,
you could
definitely.
go there. Like it seems like a really, really chill place. And I'm just really excited for you. We'll talk more about traveling in Nigeria, because I know it can't always be easy
IO 95.9.
being in Lagos, Nigeria, and where they plan to be. But I want to go to you, Tom, and now. You mentioned that you work virtually while you travel. What do you do for work?
So I work as a marine engineer, which is a bit like a mechanic for boats. So when we travel until the money runs out, and then go back to work. So I go to sea for a few months. So I don't have any home when I'm working or when I'm traveling. So when I work, I have to be on the ship for a few months, and then when we can afford to, then we're driving until we run out of fuel. You know?
Okay.
So for 10 years, it's been a constant movement, and with no particular home, Not homeless, but home free. That's the way I like to look at it.
That is actually the best way to describe it. But then, despite the fact that you're doing that, like, have you ever really thought about like maybe settling down in one place, or that's not in the plan for you anytime soon?
For me, this is settled. This is where I feel at home with movement. So, home is wherever the wheels stop turning.
Yeah.
And right now, home is Lagos. so after a while, your relationship and your mindset to what a home is and what it should be, that it changes over time. And movement gets very addictive. So the more places I discover, the hungrier I get, the more friends you make and the more connections you make. It makes you curious what else is out there. So I hope I never have to stop.
Okay. So what so far in your travels, like in all the places, and I want to know this from both of you, like what was the biggest culture shock for you? What was that thing that you saw that really surprised you? Like, oh wow.
I don't know. What can you think of, Kiara? Something?
I don't think it was something that.
So sometimes giving directions can be difficult. That's the one that happens to us a lot. Because even for this trip, we tried to learn French because many of the countries on this trip, from Morocco to Ghana, everyone spoke French. So we had to learn French.
There's
for
some
this trip.
African countries that speak French, some speak English.
So even
Yeah,
the
I
language
understand
barrier
that.
wasn't the biggest challenge. Sometimes trying to give directions, even if you have a map, people don't believe you that you know where you're going.
Yeah.
You say you need to have directions that are verbal, and sometimes we can't use maps to help describe something unless you're a local and you know how to describe it. Sometimes you're getting nowhere.
So basically, you've been traveling by road with maps, as in the maps we have on our phones,
Yeah,
or
we
like
just-
physical maps.
Yeah, we just download them. You can get offline maps, so you don't need phone signal. Even in the middle of nowhere, we can still navigate.
Okay.
But the thing that does happen often is if an application will tell you the shortest route, and that might be a terrible road. So we had some big challenges, especially in Guinea-Conakry. We had some big challenges with the roads and many visits to the mechanic, and a lot of digging with our shovel to get out of some bad situations.
Whoa.
So,
it was that
but we're used
bad?
to it. You expect the challenges. It's not a vacation; it's an expedition.
Yeah.
Okay, so how many countries in Africa have you been to so far?
I don't know actually. I don't know, maybe close to 20.
Yes.
Maybe,
Okay,
yeah.
can you rank your top 5? Like,
Oh,
which ones are your
Nigeria is up
favorite?
there for sure.
Okay.
In Nigeria and Ghana, the big
Ghana,
competition.
Guinea-Conakry as well.
Yeah.
Even though the roads they were not as nice, we enjoyed a lot the city. We had a nice group of friends there. Probably Conakry as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
And,
often not what people expect. If
yeah.
you, it's what people think will be your favorite, it's often the opposite, and what people think sounds like a nice destination, it's always about your expectations versus reality of what your experience is. And,
Yeah.
we've had such a nice experience in every country. I definitely recommend this region more to people who are interested in travel, because I'd say it doesn't get traveled enough, West Africa.
Okay. I'm really excited over the fact that you did that. But I want to know, how has this journey to Africa changed your perspective of the continent?
I think it's just seeing the subtle differences, because I think, unfortunately, for people who have never traveled to Africa, the entire continent gets tarred with the same brush. They think that the problems of one country are similar in every country, where there's more than 50 nations in Africa. It's a diverse place, and that's what I think people forget sometimes. They forget that there's a lot of positive things happening all over the continent, when unfortunately sometimes headlines are only focused on negative things, and that's not the reality. There's so much more going on, and people need to travel to experience it, the things that are not making headlines.
It's a good thing you said that, because that's what we do here at our 95.9 FM. We try to spotlight the good things of both Nigeria and Africa, because we realize that if we don't talk about ourselves in a good light, there's nobody else who's going to do it for us. And that's really amazing that you said that. It means a lot to me, right? So traveling has not always been easy, and you've mentioned like some of the places you had like challenges with the roads and all of that. But in Nigeria here, what challenges did you face, and how did you overcome them?
People are too friendly in Lagos, so we can't leave. That's a problem, because
Oh
we
my
were supposed to be
God.
gone by now, but we're still here. I think it'll extend a bit longer.
Oh my
yeah,
God.
the hospitality has kidnapped us.
Well, I think the thing is, they just like the fact that you're here and they want you to feel at home. That's just it. But aside from that, has there been any challenge so far?
Not really.
I don't think we have experienced so far any challenge in Nigeria. Maybe being stopped a bit
Oh, yeah,
too
that
many
was entertaining.
times
Yeah.
when we crossed the border. We crossed on a northern border called Idiroko. I don't know if you know that area. and we were stopped we counted about 20 times in 1 hour.
Whoa.
Yeah,
By
we
the
couldn't
police.
believe it.
It was a very nice encounter.
That was in the country?
Yeah, it was
Okay,
here in Nigeria.
I think I understand you because I've done road travels too, so I experienced that. There's a lot of like police roadblocks, and then they do like security checks and stuff.
Yeah. I think the encounters, they were very nice and friendly, but yeah, it was like about 20 times in 1 hour. So we started counting them because we thought it was very funny. They were.
It was a world record for us.
Yeah, it was a record for us. Like we might count all the times that we are stopped in the country, so we can know exactly how many times.
Because we try and calculate how many hours it is to drive, and say if the road conditions are challenging, we think, okay, Google Maps says 3 hours, maybe it's 6 hours.
Yeah.
But if we got stopped 20 times in 1 hour, we're thinking, how many weeks do we need to drive across the whole country? We might need to recalculate.
Yeah.
Might need
Oh
to,
my
yeah,
God.
it's a real thing when you think about you have to plan how long you have in a country for your visa or for the road conditions. But if you
Okay.
get pulled over like constantly, you might have to drive twice as many hours to get there.
Yeah.
but every experience was nice. We never had a bad one. Everyone was friendly and just curious. But we were also thinking we need to get to Lagos eventually. Everyone's lovely, but we keep getting stopped every 50 meters.
I get you.
Yeah, that was the only challenge, but it wasn't a problem.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. What part of Nigerian culture have you connected with the most? Was it the music? Was it the films? Was it the food or the dance?
I would say the community.
Oh.
I think they are a creative community because we like to do creative things as well. We travel with paint, with juggling clothes. So we like those type of things as well. So I think we have connected a lot with the people that we met in Freedom Park. As I told you, it's a lovely community. Maybe the music, the Nigerian music, we enjoy it a lot.
Okay.
I think that's one of our favorites.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's your favorite Nigerian artist?
I think I like the Davido or Burna Boy.
Yeah,
Oh my God, Davido and Burna Boy.
Yeah.
Please listen to my girl Ira Star. She's also amazing as well.
Yeah.
Before we wrap up the interview, do you record your journey anywhere? Do you guys have blogs or maybe like a channel where you post your videos?
Yeah, we do a little bit. It's mainly as a hobby. We do a little bit of YouTube, and you can find it with Adventure Time with Tom, driving across Africa.
Okay.
That should find the channel. And also it's on Instagram as well with Adventure Time with Tom.
So you guys document everything that you've experienced in these videos, and then people can get to watch it?
Yeah. So we try to make a little video about each country and the people we meet, and it's mainly to try and preserve our memories for the future and send to our family. But if we can share it with other people and maybe inspire other people to go to countries they hadn't considered traveling before, I'd hope it would open up doors for other people too. Because the only reason I did things like this in my life probably were because I saw a video of these places in the past, and someone inspired me to do it. So it'd be nice if we could pass that on.
Okay. What about you, Kian? Do you have any expectations for where you're going to go in future?
I think I just want to enjoy as much as I can from all this journey, meet as many people as I can, and I will be definitely coming back to this continent to do probably other project for myself. I think that's one of the reasons as well why I want to explore as much as I can this continent. I think at one point will be nice to settle in one of these countries for a little bit.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
that would be nice. I really hope you pick Nigeria though. We're really cool and
Yeah.
fun. It was nice having you on the Isle Express today. Really great conversations. Thank you so much for stopping by.
IO 95.9.